Alright, so exactly what was said on the recording, according to the Gleaner, it says, link all the boy Octane pan the thing. He might tell me about 250. Come in like a joke thing. This is what Crocs was heard saying on the recording. Link all the boy Octane pan the thing. He might tell me about 250. Come in like a joke thing. The ex-gangster then asked whether the entertainer was selling him something for 250,000 or was giving him the money. And Crocs replied, not pan my thing, man. Pan book thing. You see it? When asked to explain what the conversation was about, the ex-gangster, who is the prosecution's second witness, told the court that prior to the recorded conversation, he was a part of a conversation in which Crocs had reportedly asked I Octane to help him to leave the country. According to the witness, he told him that he could arrange for him to get a visa to travel with him on tour as part of his entourage. Crocs was asking I Octane about some money that he had for Black Man, and Crocs was asking him if he can help him to leave the country, and I Octane was telling him, say, a easy thing that man. Him can just get a visa and make him come out on tour with him, but him responsible for himself, is what he said. This is officially now the third time Octane name has been called in this whole thing. Alright, welcome back to SouFLoTV again, everybody. It is your host with the most. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, please. What a bunga donga bomba clot. Yo, I Octane right now must feel like, yo, a wasness drop on him. This don't look good because the man name just get called up again. This is the third time that his name has been called in this whole Clansman, Wandan gang thing. And if you remember, I Octane feverishly denied all allegations and said, yo, me's a musician and that's what me do is music partner. But guess what? You know that the phones were admitted into evidence with the secret recordings on them, and one of them phone they play, and on that phone that was played in court, there goes I Octane name again. So we're gonna talk about that one today. Remember I told y'all, I said it's about to get very, very interesting now. So for the people who've been sticking around and staying the whole course, I think this is about video number 27 we are doing, and they're just now getting into the recordings on these phones. I could talk about this, man. So here ya. Let me drag your memory a little bit. Now, this is RadioDubplate.com. As the Clansman Wandan gang trial goes on, another alleged gangster has linked dancehall artist I Octane to the notorious Spanish Town gang. The singer was previously linked to criminals after the main witness, a former Wandan member self-proclaimed, claimed that he and others would accompany the artist I Octane to the studio where he recorded music, even as his young daughter, I Octane's young daughter, was there. That means that we're really close. Now, the latest allegations is that this is previously, this is not today. I'm dragging you up so you know how many times and under what circumstances his name was called before. Now, the latest allegation previously is that one of the defendants on trial for being a Clansman gang member and a top assassinator, top shotter, top killer, had upon arrest, when the police arrest him, he told the police that he was a musician. Officer, me I don't know killer, me I don't know bad man, me I don't know gunman, me's a musician. Me's a close associate of I Octane, the entertainer. Boom, him name get called again, right? That's all. Now, on Monday, November 29th, the chief investigator continued their testimony, and the investigators had already testified that he had worked undercover and he had joined the organization to infiltrate it and to get information. He further revealed that the defendant, Fabian Johnson, who otherwise was called Crocs, claimed that he himself was a close associate of I Octane when the police picked him up. This is what the investigator himself testified in court. Crocs told him that he himself is a close associate of I Octane when the police picked him up at picked him up on Beeson Street in downtown Kingston in June of 2019 and asked him what his occupation was. Come here, boy. Where do you live? What is your occupation? Him say, officer, me's a musician. Me's a close associate of I Octane. Now, at this point, that was the second time that I Octane name had came up, right, into the trial, being linked to the gang which has terrorized St. Catherine. I Octane has denied the evidence given by the prosecution's second witness, and who told the court that the gang's notorious leader, Andre Blackman Bryan, and other members of the gang would usually go to the studio with I Octane to record music, and they had done so multiple times. Not just a one-time thing, so it wasn't a one-time meeting. You know what I'm saying? They met regularly. They had been around each other a lot, and enough to consider him a close associate. According to the lead investigator, Johnson was identified by the ex-member of the gang who turned state's evidence and turned prosecution witness. When he was arrested, the investigator said that he requested a phone call to his girlfriend, Stephanie Christie, which is the only female defendant in the case. Him girlfriend, you know. Remember, said that woman here is a pastor and she married, you know. But but when the police said when they arrested him, he actually asked for a phone call to call his girlfriend. And this is who he called. Earlier in the trial, the prosecution witness said that Christie was arrested in June at a church in St. Thomas, and at the time of her arrest, she was with her husband, who is a pastor, and was about to be ordained. I'm not going to go more into the woman stuff yet, because there is so much more being unraveled right now concerning that woman, that pastor woman. But make we talk about the I Octane thing. So right there, you just got the first and the second time that I Octane's name came up in this whole Clansman one done thing. Well, lo and behold, today, front page news in Jamaica Observer, front page news in the Gleaner. I'm taking it from the Jamaica Observer first because it is more thoroughly written than what was put in the Gleaner, although the same information. Clansman gang member allegedly asked I Octane to get him out of the country. When me see the headline, me say, what a bumble clot. Asked him to get him out of the country. What can I Octane, a musician, do to get you out of the country, bossy? Well, people, wanna hear this, because this testimony right here can actually backfire on the entertainment industry. You understand? Now me I put one and one together and me I say, well, certain artists come from certain area and link with certain people, and when me see visa get take away from certain people, it's like them did under investigation and the people them did know something that I did not know. You follow? Read between the lines. Alright. Kingston, Jamaica. Witness number 1. The second ex-member of the St. Catherine-based Clansman gang turned crown witness in the ongoing trial of 33 accused members of the outfit, has claimed that discussions were held with dancehall artist I Octane, whose real name is Bayomi Mior, to spirit a Clansman member out of the country as a part of his entourage. So this is how I Octane was supposedly going to get him out of the country, right? He was going to make him a part of his entourage. This is the second time that the witness is alleged a connection between the gang and the dancehall artist, who has denied the initial claim. To this day, I Octane is saying him no know nothing about none of that, and don't mix me, right? It's music me do, don't mix me. The witness made the latest assertion today following the playing of yet another phone call recording, several of which have been played for the courts, in which members of the gang and himself held discussion. Understand what me just said? Remember I told you they're going to start playing these secret recordings, and I know that artist names are going to be called, but I was wondering whose name is going to be called. Let me not beat around the bush. Somebody already said that Vibes Cartel told them over the phone, say he wanted 3 people murdered and they already killed 2 and them miss 1. Or them him ordered 2 murder and them kill 1 and miss 1. Something like that. But cartel name was also called. So I said me want to hear the recordings, because if there is a conversation with your voice on there ordering a murder, then you're done. You're fried. People don't know say cartel I'm an artist already, right? But artist life and this thing are 2 different things. They are trying to stick this to Vibes Cartel so hard. As you know, he is up for appeal with his murder trial or his murder case, and things are looking pretty good for him right now, right? With all the mishaps that took place in his trial. So if they could pin this to him or associate him proven in a way where it's undeniably him, then of course you have to go say, yo, cartel goose cook him now come out. But I'm expecting to hear names of entertainers called, none specifically. Octane name already called twice. Today his name was called again. Remember, I know them have more tape to play, so that means some more names are gonna come out. Anyhow, this is the second time that this particular witness is alleging that there is a connection between the gang and I Octane, who had denied all initial claims. The witness made the latest assertion today following the playing of yet another phone call recording. That means that the phone call recording was played in court, and on it there was a conversation. During the call in question, the witness, who was in discussion with the accused, Fabian Johnson, otherwise called Crocs, right? On the phone, this is the recording. He was on the phone with Crocs, and he was being told about a sum of money that the alleged gang leader Andre Blackman Bryan had said was to be collected from the artist I Octane. This is in the conversation on the phone that they're hearing played in the courtroom. The witness, in responding to a question from the prosecutor leading the evidence, alleged that the artist had also told Johnson that a visa could be obtained easily. He was talking to I Octane about getting a visa to leave the country, and I Octane was saying, that easy, man. Easy thing that. Alright, so remember, they are being questioned based on these calls that are being played, or these recordings that are being played in the court. And like it says right here in the writing in the article, the witness made the latest assertion today following the playing of yet another phone call recording, several of which have been played for the court, in which members of the gang and himself held these discussions. See? Now, during the call in question, this is a phone call, people. During that call in question, the witness, who was in discussion with the accused, Fabian Johnson, otherwise called Crocs, was being told about a sum of money that the alleged gang leader Andre Blackman Bryan had said was to be collected from the artist, referring to I Octane. Blackman said that some money I figure pick up from I Octane. Seen? The witness now, in responding to a question from the prosecutor leading the evidence, alleged that the artist had also told Johnson that a visa could be obtained, because they're asking what is the conversation about, what money I get pick up for, and what were they talking about, what are you all referring to on the recording. He was talking to I Octane about getting a visa to leave the country, and I Octane was saying that that's easy, the witness said. In November last year, the witness referenced multiple visits by himself and Blackman Bryan Andrew to the St. Andrew studio of the dancehall artist. Seen? According to the witness, while at the studio, I Octane would be normally recording his music. Them never say I Octane did involve in any gun or anything. They said that he was there normally recording his music. See, I Octane has also denied all allegations and said, listen, I do music. All kinds of characters come through, you know what I'm saying? But music is my thing. None of them can say I was involved in any badness, because that's not where my thing is at. My thing is with music. See? But This implication right here, if this is to be believed credible, and I want you to leave in the comment section below if you think this is credible. If this testimony is to be deemed credible, this testimony would then point to the fact that he's doing more than music, because you're now going to use your status as an international entertainer who travels the world doing music to bring somebody who is trying to escape the country, a wanted man then, or a gunman or a bad man, to find a way to escape. And that way would be for him to travel abroad as a member of your entourage. That's aiding and abetting. That's accomplice. That's all kinds of something. So more than one time we went to the studio, the witness said, adding that the facility was located on Dunrobin Avenue going towards Constant Spring Road in a plaza next to a car mart. Described down to the T. He made the disclosure in the course of identifying Johnson, who he said accompanied him and Brian on those nighttime visits to the studio. All right. So the plan to get him, the gangster, out of the country was to file a visa. And if you read the Gleaner article covering this, where Octane say, yeah man, an easy thing that me just file a visa for you and you travel with me as a part of my entourage, but when you reach over, so you're up on your own, right? So that means boy, So there are a lot of people out there who already say yes, and the dancehall and music entertainment industry is heavily connected with these kind of unscrupulous characters and these entertainers who are pretending to be dancehall artists. Them are just them hiding them badness behind music, because none of them really is gunman and gangsters. Them just have a talent for music as well. And now something like this, if confirmed to be true, could actually give those accusations teeth. You understand? So, boy, it don't look good. It don't look good. I'm waiting to hear who else name is going to be called up. Right now, I said to myself, say, I wonder if embassy is listening. I wonder if the US embassy is listening. I wonder if this means that I Octane will be stripped of his abilities to travel into the US. Right? I wonder if he will now be under closer scrutiny. I wonder if there's a lot of wonder if going on right here. I wonder if this is going to affect him in any way. Or I wonder if them are going to just take this as, hey, they're throwing people's names in here. I tried dirty up the thing, but Octane don't really have nothing to do with any of this. What do you think as the audience member listening to this? Do you think that this testimony is credible? I've said before that people need to listen to what is being played in the court and just take it for what it is. But also remember that maybe, just maybe, not everything that's coming out of the mouth of these so-called witnesses is 100% true and accurate. But then again, in a case like this, you would have to ask yourself, what is the reason why him would just throw I Octane name in there? So, right? Remember, I know him alone throw I Octane name in there. Somebody else got caught before, and police draw down upon him and ask him, so, what your occupation? What you do? What you do around here do? What you do for your living? And him say, me a musician, and me is a close associate of I Octane. And this individual is one of the 33 that is now on trial, identified as a member, a ranking member, and a head bosser in the gang called the One Dan Clansman gang. So it's sticky. It looks sticky for Octane. Boy, me a talk around in a circle because I don't really know if it's a. I will stay tuned to this and I will continue to follow it through. And I'm telling you, I think more names are going to be coming out sometime near future. I just don't know which name. So I'm going to be listening to all this and bringing it to you. Listening just like you are. Leave your comments in the comment section below. Tell me what you think about this one. And I'll catch you on the next video. Boy, that thing you start to really sound like some Hollywood Godfather kind of movie, don't it? Only it's real life. I think one day somebody is gonna make a movie out of this. And honestly, I hope it's a Jamaican company that does it and Jamaicans benefit from it and not some Hollywood person take it, carry it, go to the US and make some big Hollywood splash movie out of it and nobody in Jamaica benefits from it. I'm just saying, just thinking outside the box for a minute. Although there is plenty more in this trial to go. Stay tuned and I'll catch you on the next video with SouFLoTV. I'm out. Peace.